All right, welcome back to another episode of 10 Talk. My name is Tony P, and I'm excited to be joined by a good friend of mine, Chris Sellnow. So just before we begin, I want to give you some background. I actually met Chris about 15 years ago when we were both top producers of this large direct selling company. And Chris used to always walk the stage and get all these awards. So it was nice to get to know him and finally find out his secrets. But since then, he's done a lot of wonderful things. He's very entrepreneurial, and right now he has a company that he co-founded called CannaBalance. So we're gonna get a chance to learn about that today, so I'm excited. So with that, we're gonna jump into it. Chris, how's it going out there in Chicago?
Oh man, I'm just finished a protest tonight. Kind of giving back to the community out here. Got a lot of family and friends on the ground, so definitely helping out. We've been pretty much doing those every day. But other than that, man, it's, the city's starting to warm up, kind of demilitarizing a little bit, which is great. So, yeah, man, just, trying to help out in the community right now, and be a part of where we're at. So.
Well, first of all, I want to say kudos to you and your team for getting out there, representing, giving back to the community, man. I think a lot of us, we're busy doing a lot of things except for participating and being a voice or doing something positive. So, I want to give kudos to you and your team for being out there basically on a daily basis. And I wish I could do the same. So with that, we're going to kind of find out a little bit more about your business. I know CannaBalance is something that you started with a good friend of yours. Can you share with everybody what is CannaBalance and what is your ultimate goal of the company?
Yeah, so I have a very good friend, which is he's now our chief financial officer, our CFO. His name is Justin. He's a good friend of mine, Justin Lintemuth, from California. We know each other almost as long as you and I have known each other, Tony. So about 20 years. And we go back to, we've had sales and marketing experience. It's pretty much what both of us have done with our careers up to this point. But we always kind of stayed in touch over time and always had a plan of, starting a business together. But really just we're kind of just wanted to wait for not only the right time, but, the right thing to do. And fast forward, finally, to last year, which was 2019, we had a great idea to just try to change the world. It sounds super cliche and everything, but CannaBalance started as really the balance portion of it, mainly just helping people balancing out their life. Not one specific area, maybe like exercise, but a little bit of exercise, a little bit of music, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Overall balance is life, which is part of CannaBalance. The Canna part of it really comes from our relationship with cannabis, which has obviously grown into something very not only lucrative for us, but very good for our members. One of the products that we do offer is a CBD product made and bottled out of Colorado currently. I'm actually wearing their leaf here. It's a great company we hooked up with. King Canna is the name of the brand. And we just do a lot with them. Super local grown, organic process, really good for you, full spectrum CBD, which if you don't know anything about CBD, you can always visit our website, CannaBalanceCBD.com. And there's some info on there that you can find. But, just trying to help people out. That started, basically was our first product. And from that, we've really grown the brand. CannaBalance is really growing beyond CBD and growing into other areas, other health and wellness products, and also more content for our members, maybe teaching them how to make a healthier recipe that's plant-based versus, using meat or dairy products, maybe helping them get a little bit of music in their life. Last week, we have actually started a podcast too. And last week we had a gentleman on that I'm very good friends with. He makes craft cocktails. And so he actually made some CBD mocktails on our program. So just a little bit of this and a little bit of that, it's all about balancing it out. But yeah, man, it's been pretty cool so far. So far, so good.
Yeah, that sounds really good. I mean, just to kind of see that you started with, the CBD and you're kind of moving into other areas. Sounds like overall balance, whether it's with CBD or it's with a special type of health drink, or it could be some vegan food, or just something that's feeding your internal body. And that's exciting, man. And, speaking of your recent podcast, I mean, I've followed it. You have great guests, and, it's always exciting. I know I had a chance to fortunately be a part of that. How do you pick and choose who comes onto your channel, and what are you kind of after when you're trying to get people to watch it, or what should they be expecting to learn?
So you kind of touched on it, and by the way, I didn't get a chance to thank you for having us on the program. We appreciate being on, and above all that, I of course have come over the years to really respect the friendship that you and I have. Appreciate that as well. But you kind of touched on way back when we were teenagers, 18, 19 years old. We were fortunate to be a part of a company that really, networked us with a lot of people. We were a part of an organization, as that was hundreds of, if not thousands of entrepreneurs all over Northern California, and the Bay Area, whatnot. And, I still keep in touch with most of those people. And, what's really interesting is most of those people are, either multimillionaires or very successful, have started their own business. Of course, what we started was a network marketing company way back then, but a lot of people have gone on to, start remodel construction companies and, juice companies and restaurants and all kinds of stuff. So for me, I feel like, people that listen to podcasts, and based on the feedback that we've gotten, people really enjoy that type of content, talking to those type of people. It's all about positivity, and it's all about, to us, bringing balance into your life. So I know we had you on the program, our first episode, which, appreciate that. But we got a lot of good feedback from that from that first episode, because, we had you come on and talk about the things you know about, which is financial advisor, and motivational speaker. At the time we were going through the COVID situation, and, people were just kind of looking for a way to get motivated and stay motivated being at their house, kind of all, in their thoughts. And, you were able to do that. So I feel like, there's going to be a niche for that, type of content with not only our members, but new people we try to reach with our brand. And that's what it's all about, just trying to bring them some type of balance into their life. Life is balance and CannaBalance. I keep saying my brand, but got to keep plugging it,
Well, saying it and bringing it up over and over again. But
Sure.
it is true what you said. The last time you and I had that opportunity to be on your show, we were dealing with the whole COVID situation. We're still dealing with it, but now we got a whole another beast of things that are going on, if you want to call it that. We're currently dealing with the protests of the injustice. You got a whole bunch of things happening, and it's a day-to-day thing to throw on top of that. So I guess I'm curious, how does it affect your personal business? Because there's a lot of mom and pop shops, as you see on the news or through, different videos that people are taking on the streets, on the ground. How is it affecting your business? Is it kind of taking away from your growth, or is it just a different way that you have to build your business and get creative?
Well, I know that you and I have talked about this a lot, and I did actually watch your 10 Talk last week, where you had a girl on from real estate. I forget her name, but she really touched on multiple streams of income. That's killer. That's got to be the number one. If you're wanting to be an entrepreneur in your life and have financial freedom, you really have to have multiple streams of income, because you might have a situation that's uncanny, like COVID-19. Who would think that ever something like this would happen to us in our lifetime? It hasn't happened for 100 years. So, in this situation, fortunately for me, I do have multiple streams of income where, I'm also involved in some other things. So when COVID happened, literally overnight, some of those businesses, we lost 50% of our revenue. But some of other businesses like CannaBalance and CBD, for example, is a huge hot commodity right now. I mean, people can't get enough of it. You can't even keep enough on the shelves, because people are obviously looking for, healthier ways to, prevent COVID-19 and just, more even just deal with anxiety right now, right? There's a lot of, stress that they have to deal with at home and whatnot. So, teaching, I don't have any kids, but some people got to be quarantined with their kids, so they're trying to deal with that on a day-to-day basis. So, having multiple streams of income just allows you to say, oh, this door's closing, but hey, this door is opening, so I'll go this way for now. So luckily for us, we're in a situation like that. Being in Chicago right now is a really crazy time for us. We are actually officially our company is based in Orlando. That's where we do all our shipping from, and that's where our headquarters are. But I live in Chicago, and I really love it here. But the city's really hurting right now, man. It's it's day to day. Constant, protests and sirens down here. Literally down on my corner right now, every single corner has a Hummer National Guard blockade set up on every single corner going down.
Wow.
So it's definitely a police zone right now. But the protests have been super peaceful, and basically we're just trying to get out in the community and really, this issue, we won't get too political on your show, but this is a very strong issue for us. Obviously, Tony, you and I, have roots back to the Bay Area in California,
Right.
and a lot of different friends from all different types of races. And this has significantly affected my life, as I know it has you, not even being African-American, not even being Black. So Black Lives Matter is certainly a huge staple for CannaBalance. And I have talked to, our team, and they've really said, Chris, this is the number one thing to do right now. We don't care about anything else we're doing. This is our platform, getting people plugged in, trying to get supplies to rallies, trying to make masks for people in need. That's what we're really all about right now. So hopefully we can make a difference. And if you'd like to help out, you can actually visit our website, CannaBalanceCBD.com/support BLM, like Black Lives Matter. So that's CannaBalanceCBD.com/support BLM. There are a couple links if you'd like to get involved and help in Chicago or even locally, with the Black Lives Matter movement. So
Absolutely. Well, hey, that's so great, and I'm happy that you shared that. I know there's a lot of people that are looking for great organizations to participate with and donate, and sometimes you just need a company that you feel good about to go through to make a donation, because as much as everyone wants to donate, there are some organizations that are credible and others that you just don't know where that money's going to go, right? So,
sure.
It's important to, link up with a company like yours and know that the money is going to go into the right places rather than our own pockets or your pocket or someone else's pocket, right? So,
there's a couple links there. Also, we have a family and friend, a close friend that, has been affected in South Loop. Actually, her family's entire business was destroyed in the riots this past weekend.
Wow.
And so we have a link for her GoFundMe on there just to, kind of help out and in those situations. So, whatever you can do, getting out to a protest right now, getting online, finding an organization to get plugged into is really what it's all about. So yeah, I would definitely encourage everybody to, just kind of do your part and let's bring about this change. So
all right. I want to wrap up with just a couple questions. I know we're talking about some very serious conversations about what's going on, but on the flip side, I want to lighten it up a little bit. A lot of people don't know why you have that microphone and the headset and maybe some turntables, and that's because you're a DJ as well.
yeah.
I probably have told you before, I'm a big fan of the 90s. So, I know there's a lot of choices, but if you had to pick one 90s song, what would that be?
Oh man, it's so tough, man. I think my go-to is going to be No Diggity for sure. I mean, no Diggity. Every time I throw that on, it doesn't matter. I mean, she could be 19, she could be 34. She gonna let it all hang out with No Diggity. So it's always a fun song for wedding or party or whatever you're doing. Most people can click with that. So
oh man, well that's nuts. That's nuts. Well, hey man, I appreciate your time, Chris. I want to thank you so much, all the way from Chicago, for Jump Call It and supporting the cause. But yeah, I look forward to having you back on the show in the near future. So cause.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having us, and just get in touch with us and just message us if you need anything. We would love to help you out. So thank you so much, Tony. You guys have a great night.
All right, there you have it. My good friend, Chris, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and pass on this amazing video, and we will see you guys on the next episode. Peace out. Thanks, Chris.